all that news I read said the clouds and smoke is supposed to clear up today a little. It looks the same to me. Yesterday I actually got a little tired at the nighttime. I don't know if it's because of the event or because of the smoke, because I walk so much usually. It's kind of interesting because I read an article here saying Metro Vancouver air quality worse than Beijing. I mean, for me, it hasn't been too bad. I only noticed it like when you sit down for too long. Like yesterday, like for some reason, I just felt more tired than usual. Like when we're just sitting down and doing like some of those video editing. Although I just turned up the air purifier, turned it up to high, and then it felt normal again. So I guess I'm just not used to, obviously, you know, breathing, I guess, all the air with all the smoke and stuff. To talk about air quality makes me think of those venture capitalist shows I saw before of people pitching ideas, and one of them were people selling fresh air, like BC air in a can. Makes me wonder if people would actually buy that right now because of stuff like this. I think that's a little too overboard though, in my opinion. I was even reading how apparently there were a lot of hikers and stuff who were still going outside regardless of the smoke. Like for the most part, I think it's okay. Like with the weather, I guess you can't really tell what the long-term effect is, huh? You're wondering more about the views. If you go up in the mountains, then you can't see anything. I actually remember the other day I took like the scenery with the Vancouver area, kind of like around here. And you guys were like saying the views were breathtaking. I should take some now again. You guys can see like you can't see anything with the smoke. But with all the fires here in BC, it's actually interesting to read this about the drones. It says hummingbird drones helping fight fires in BC interior. Now, as the wildfires burn across BC in the worst season in 6 decades, Atwood's business of drones fighting fires is proving indispensable. So from what I gather, it has like infrared and all that, so it really helps with the missions. And it kind of makes me think like you shouldn't have to wait until like the actual moments where you actually need it to like embrace the tech and so forth. You should be doing it like, you know, during the times when you have an opportunity to fly them or research them. Because in times like this, like it shows, it comes in really handy. I mean, it's almost like saying there's no point just going on some kind of, I guess, a healthy diet or whatever right when you need it, because right in that moment you have a heart attack. You should be doing it like way before, correct? Oh, lots of gardening there, huh? Well, apparently the pressure's on. I need to train more, apparently, for the martial arts. Is that supposed to be one of the instructor's greatest goals in life? Is when the student becomes better than the master? Although many times I don't see how you can truly become like a master, like, you know, absolutely everything. Because I would assume in most things, just like with this, you're always learning every day. Like you're never truly at a peak where you can't learn anything, especially with like martial arts. Apparently that's a short of Coke stuff. I didn't realize that. That's random to see in a supermarket. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? You know, one thing I was thinking about yesterday after that festival in terms of, I guess, promoting things like a hobby or a culture. I mean, the reason why they showed things like those martial art displays, breaking boards and all that is because that's just what people can immediately identify with, saying, wow, that's hard, like that's so awesome. Kind of made me think of the drones like in terms of people's perspectives right now, because I was reading this quote from an article. It said, if you ask an average consumer what a drone is, the likely response is a fun toy or something about Amazon.com or Domino's pizza delivery. It kind of made me wonder if there's enough diversity in terms of the types of people who fly things like, say, drones or even things like, you know, model aircrafts. You know, there's people that do it for speed, to take photography, but is there any other stuff? Because there's actually something here that says there's actually a big drone show coming in Toronto, I believe. Doesn't sound like there's anything here in Vancouver, so unfortunately I won't be able to see what this is. Hopefully someone else like in Ontario is going to attend this and show what it's like. If you guys remember a few days ago, I posted that funny video that the police, I guess, posted for that National Day Parade, like in Singapore, to warn people, hey, don't fly your drone around these crowded areas and all that. And apparently they're going to have like a light show of drones over there. And it just made me think, like, I think we need more stuff like this. It's kind of cool. Think of it as kind of like a fireworks show, except you're using drones with lights, essentially. You can basically fly them around, do various shapes. Like it says here, they can do things like the Singapore Island, a hashtag children. That's kind of cool. There actually was a fireworks here recently too, like with a big event, but I didn't go to it just because of the things like the smoke and all that. And it made me wonder, would you actually go to an event with something like a drone light show, like in comparison to a fireworks show? Kind of made me think, when doing things different with drones, like with this light show, would you actually see that as just as entertaining as, say, a fireworks display? Like having these drones fly around, creating whatever pictures, different displays. to me, I think I would. It's actually kind of cool. Add a couple of music in there, you can pretty much tell a story in the sky in a really cool way. And I think, and generally speaking, I think we need more stuff like this. That kind of brings up the topic too, how in the proposed regulations they're planning to ban things like formation flying. Like with things like drones, imagine someone planning this or trying to practice this in their own open field or backyard or whatever, trying to create their own like light shows for fun. Like, I think anyways, you need people to do stuff like this, like as a hobby, for things like that to actually take off and innovate. And who knows, like in these cases, I'm assuming most of them are automated, so you could have someone programming the drones to do stuff like that too. I mean, again, don't stifle creativity just because, like, for most people, things fly and they assume it's always some kind of big airplane. I know with the smoke recently, it's making a lot of the sun and the moon look really red and orangey, and a lot of people have been trying to get the shots of that. I actually have a shot of that, but I don't have one smooth one of the camera or the drone just staying up in the air and seeing the thing just go straight down. Because I've always been wondering, like, oh, is the battery going to last long enough to wait for that? Or at the same time, do I need to bring it up and down, change the filters to get the right shot? I might have got some interesting, unique shots there. I was actually just going for the sun, but I was like, hey, this looks kind of neat with the light. You guys would have saw how it turned out by now. That's usually how it is. Like, that's why I wanted the drone before, because you just never know, like wherever the shots are. Just keep filming, just keep exploring. Of course, we need reasonable regulations for that to happen, so of course the education continues as always. Okay, here's a random question. I was wondering why the antenna was so loose on the controller here. And apparently it looks like I'm missing a little small piece. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't get to see that, but this one here, it looks like there's something that was supposed to hold this in tight, but it's got loose somehow. Or completely missing rather. Any clue what kind of replacement this is? I don't even know how that came out. It seems so zen-like today, like they're doing yoga or something. Well, one interesting thing with the smoke and the sunlight with the color gives you a different type of picture quality, huh? Too bad I can't fly it straight and get a drone shot like that just because of the people. Anyways, see you guys later.